Hello everyone, welcome to a new session on properties of oils and fats. We already discussed about oils and fats. Oils and fats are belongs to simple lipid category. Oils and lipids are esters of long chain fatty acids and glycerol. So today we are going to discuss about some properties of oils and fats. So before moving to the chemical properties, we are discussing some physical properties of oils and fats. These properties are we already discussed in our earlier sessions. But before moving to the chemical property, we have to know the physical properties of oils and fat. Oils and fats are simple lipids. The major difference between oils and fat is oil is exist in liquid condition at room temperature, but fat exists in solid at room temperature. Both oil and fat in pure form are colorless or it may be pale yellow in color. It's normally floats over water. Both oil and fat floats over water basically, or like all lipids, these are insoluble in water and soluble in polar or organic solvents, that is non-polar solvents such as either carbon tetrachloride, carbon disulfide. Then usually these have unsaturated forms of lower melting point compared to the saturated oils and fat. These are some physical properties of oils and fats. Then the chemical properties are relevant to our session. So we are moving to the chemical properties of oil and fat. We are discussing mainly four properties, four chemical reactions of oils and fats. That is hydrolysis, rancidity, drying, and hydrogenation. These are the four chemical property we are going to discuss here. First, we are moving to discuss about hydrolysis. Ester, oils and fats are esters of fatty acids and glycerol. So, on hydrolysis of these oils and fats, or when decompose this oil and fat, we get corresponding fatty acid and glycerol. Normally, this hydrolysis is done using alkali. The alkali hydrolysis is very important in soap manufacture. In the discussion of soap, we are using the term alkali hydrolysis of oils and fat that is discussed here. Alkali hydrolysis of oil and fats are termed as saponification. That is a chemical process behind the soap manufacture. The same thing is happening here when we hydrolysis oil and fats using an alkali like NaOH or KOH. The oil and fat are decomposed or hydrolyzed into corresponding fatty acid and glycerol. The carboxylic acid part is converted to soap. The sodium salt of that fatty acid part is termed as soap. Sodium or potassium part, that is sodium or potassium salt of fatty acid is termed as soap. So when we hydrolyze oil or fat using alkali, we are getting the product soap and glycerol. So this is the saponification process. Saponification process is the alkali hydrolysis of oil and fat. This process is used in the soap manufacture. Then we are moving to the another example for the hydrolysis of oil and fats. The hydrolysis of oil and fats are very important in the biological system also. And the fat digestion is a type of hydrolysis process. The fat digestion is helped by the enzyme called lipase. Lipase is an enzyme which used to break down the fat molecule. Usually, the lipase breaks fat into glycerol and free fatty acid. So, digestive enzyme, basically the fat digestive enzyme like lipase, act on the chemical reaction hydrolysis. In the digestion of fat, the fat molecule is hydrolyzed or which undergo enzymatic hydrolysis to form glycerol and free fatty acid. That is the digestive process of fat in living organisms. So that is all about hydrolysis. So hydrolysis is the breakdown of oil and fat molecule into free fatty acid and glycerol. Then we are moving to the next chemical property. Next chemical property is hydrogenation of oil. Hydrogenation is the process which reduces the unsaturated fatty acid content present in an oil by attaching hydrogen atom at the point of unsaturation. That means hydrogenation is also called hardening. This is the process of addition of hydrogen atom into an unsaturated oil. When unsaturated oil is added with hydrogen, it becomes saturated fat. We already discussed the difference between oils and fat. Oils contains more unsaturated portion, but fat contain more saturated portion. So when oil is hydrogenated, oil become or oil becomes hard and it is converted to fat. So hydrogenation is carried out by passing hydrogen into heated oil in presence of some catalyst. We are usually using the catalyst nickel for this hydrogenation process or hardening process. After this addition of hydrogen, the oil is cooled and the catalyst is removed. This process is mainly used for the preparation of vegetable fat or vanaspati ghee from oil. Here, oil is converted to corresponding fat by the addition of hydrogen in presence of catalysts like nickel. When we do the hydrogenation process to an oil, it increases the melting point. Normally, the melting point of unsaturated fatty acids are very low. We can increase the melting point. Then we can also improve the resistance to oxidation resistance. Then the hydrogenation process mainly depends on these factors: the pressure, temperature, catalyst used, then speed of agitation. So hydrogenation is the process of adding hydrogen to unsaturated oil to convert to hard form of oil or converted to fat. Then the third chemical property of oils and fats are rancidity. We already discussed that in pure form, oils and fats are colorless and are in neutral in nature. When these oils and fats are exposed to moisture or air, they are oxidized or hydrolyzed into aldehydes, ketones, and acids, etc., and develops a unpleasant smell in oil and fat. This is termed as rancidity. This property is we all experienced in our kitchen when we keep the oil or fat for long time, which is exposed to moisture, air, or we can say unattended. Then what happen? There is a bad smell developed by these oils and fat. This condition is called or this is called rancidity, and the oil which have a bad smell or unpleasant smell is called rancid oil. There are two types of rancidity, or there are two reasons for rancidity. These are the two rancidities: hydrolytic rancidity and oxidative rancidity. First, we are going to discuss hydrolytic rancidity. Hydrolytic rancidity is caused by hydrolysis, and this hydrolytic rancidity is very common in fats like butter, which have a high percentage of volatile fatty acid. Due to this hydrolytic rancidity, a bad smell and taste develops in butter. Then moving to the oxidative rancidity. From the term, it is clear that oxidative rancidity is due to, or it is caused by, oxidation of unsaturated fatty acid present in the oils and fats. The oxidation occurs at the double bond position, and this leads to the formation of aldehydes and ketones. This oxidative rancidity takes place in presence of oxygen, and it can be enhanced by high temperature, presence of moisture, and presence of any metals. Normally, the packet foods are become rancid due to this oxidative rancidity. Oxidative rancidity or rancidity can be controlled by adding some substance or chemical substance called antioxidants. The presence of antioxidants prevents the oxidation of oil. The addition of antioxidants to these oils and fats and some packet foods increases the shelf life of their products. Then we are moving to the next chemical property, that is drying. When certain oils are exposed to air, the oil become thick and finally harden to a resin-like solid substance. This is termed as drying. This drying process have very significant role in oil and sorry paint and varnish industries. The drying mainly due to the addition of oxygen at the double bond positions or unsaturated linkage present in the oils and fats, and also due to some polymerization. Mainly the drying oil consists of glycerides of linolenic acid and linoleic acid. Both these are unsaturated acids. Normally unsaturated acid undergo this property called drying. The oxygen is added to the double bonded position, which helps to form the solid film. The drying process normally occurs within 4 to 5 hours. So this drying property is very useful in paint industry. So these are the four important chemical properties of oils and fats. First one is hydrolysis. Second one is hydrogenation or hardening. And third one is rancidity. And fourth one is drying.